Man, what the heck is this soft behind music? We're supposed to be doing hot takes. This stream's supposed to be crazy. Yo, hold up. Let's kick it down now. Hey yo, what's up everyone? How's everyone doing? It's Atari HMB in the house today. How's everyone doing today? How did you guys like that transition? Let me get some fires in the chat if you guys are enjoying that transition. What is up? What's going on, Keaton? What's going on? Oh man, we got a lot of people. Oh shoot, we got JCG, The Dark Knight, No Names Left, L Boyd. And we got Keaton. We got Andre. What's up, Andre? We got Brendan. We got Rent. What's going on, Rent? What's going on, Donaz? What is going on, DSM? What is going on, SR Nova? What is going on, Sunny? And again, we got APM, Logical Gayu. And of course, we got a couple other people coming up in here again. Man, I hope I pronounce it. I think it's Logical Gil. Logical Gil. What's going on, RJ? Woo! Oh, yeah. SR Nova. I am going to be answering some questions. What we're going to be doing today. So let's get the agenda today. Popping and going. All right. So the agenda today is to obviously we're gonna kind of go over a little bit of like basic versus battle formulas. Not formulas. Sorry. We're gonna everyone at this channel at this point knows what versus battle is, so we're just going to be doing some versus battle hot takes. Anyone got any hot takes, like characters you think could win or stuff, and like if we could see it, that's what we're going to be looking at. We're going to be joining on some comic vines. We're going to be coming up with random matchups, and we're going to see what other people's opinions are on those matchups. And then after seeing those opinions on those matchups, that's when we're going to go ahead and jump in and dissect them. 18 viewers coming in. Let's go. Vegeta Scales. What's going on, man? What's going on? Oblivion MX. Yeah, you know, today we're going to just be, we're going to be going ham today. Again, oh wow, we got some fires in the chat, so people liked it. Oh man. Yeah, so people enjoyed that music. I'm glad you guys like that music, that musical transition. Uh oh, that was awesome. Thank you guys. Do a Sonic versus Kirby hot take. Oh, oh. Saitama's only cell level. Hello, Tari. How are you doing today? Hey, man. Hot take. Namek Saga Goku anime will obliterate. Yo, let's go. By the way, Tari, I sent you that Byakuya scan. Appreciate you, Sonny. We got to definitely talk about some of that as well. What's going on? Vexify. You know, I'm gonna just say everyone's name like they're in a Mortal Kombat game. Like, watch. Like, if we was playing a Mortal Kombat game. Hold up. Let me for the record. Let me put some freaking. I should put some Mortal Kombat music on just real quick. Start saying everyone's names like they're in a freaking Mortal Kombat game. That would be hilarious. Like, just imagine like imagine we was in a Mortal Kombat game and I just started saying everyone's names like we were in playing one. Let me see if I can type it in. Let me see, because I have a lot of stuff on my computer. Yeah, you know what? Let's see here. Yeah, nah, you know what? I don't think I have it. Man, that's probably one I got. That ow. All right, but anyway, yo, imagine just like everyone starts like coming in like Oblivion MX wins flawless victory. Keaton wins fatality. Brendan Jackson. Oh wait, hold on. You gotta say it like Jax. Like, you gotta say it with force. Brendan Jackson wins superb. Flawless victory, babality. Tusty 3D. All right, let me see. Yo, logical guy, I got you, fam. I got you guys. Saitama races an algebra. Yo, let's go. See, that's the thing. This is gonna be like a little bit like we're gonna get controversial, but hey, the stream is going to get a lot. The chat might get a little wild. Oh, Andre said, "Do the laugh." All right. I'll do this like. Oh, what's up, Harvado? What's going on, man? How's it going? Welcome. Imagine this, like, imagine this. We got Vegeta Scales wins, or the Dark Knight wins, flawless victory, brutality. I don't know if I got it down. What do y'all think? Y'all rate me one out of, give me a score from give me a scale from 1 to 10 about the Mortal Kombat laugh. How was the laughter? Excellent. Outstanding. You will never win. Your soul is mine. All right, that's enough. Atari, do you think Namek Saga can get to high universal? I mean, we'll talk about it. This is a hot take stream today. So yeah. Hey, I appreciate it, guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Man, I saw 8 to 10. Dang, and I didn't even use a voice enhancer. I appreciate it. Is that your best? Prepare to die. Finish him. All right, now let's continue. Yeah. Oh man, yo, logical guy. I got you, fam. I got you. So all right. Yeah, that's hot. Let's talk about. All right. So before we begin, relax, everyone. Relax. All right. So before we begin, let's see. All right, so like we gotta do one of the hot takes, which is Yusuke versus Saitama. That's the first hot take we're gonna take right now, because obviously it's in the title. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta get there. I gotta get this out the way first. So we're gonna take like 5 minutes, probably handle this situation. Sorry. So it's a hot take. On a scale of 1 to 10, how bad do you think Yusuke will whoop Saitama's behind? How bad will Yusuke beat his behind? Give me a scale of 1 to 10 in the chat. How bad would Yusuke whoop Saitama's butt? Just be honest with me. Oh shoot! Oh damn! We getting eights. We getting eight. Yo, I thought people were gonna be like, "Nah, it's a one, bro. You just can't beating crap." Damn. All right, there we go, Brendan. Yup, Brendan. I like that. I like that. Yusuke gets clapped. Damn, we got an 8 and a 10. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. All right. Don't know. He is meta, so neutral for now. I've yet to watch Yu Yu Hakusho. You doing this to me again? Yes, Harvado. I didn't even. The chat don't even know, bro. The chat don't even know. They don't even know the crap that Yusuke can do. Woo! Yuri Meshi is my boy, but he's gonna get one shot at even end the series. Ho 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 ho! I love it. I love it. Let's go ahead and see if this is true. All Donaz, yeah, Donaz. I don't even know if I showed you everything, Donaz, because I didn't even show everyone everything. There are people in here. Y'all have no idea what Yusuke could do. You guys have no idea what Yusuke can do. I'm going to show you why Yusuke is, if not one of the top level shonens out there. I'm going to show you why he's one of the top 10 strongest shonen characters out there, all right? I'm going to go ahead and show you. So let's go ahead and get started. So let's get it started, all right? All right, so for starters, I got mad notifications on my Discord, so y'all got to, like, bear with me for a moment, all right? So, all right, see. Peter Griffin becomes a six. Oh yeah. I mean, come on now, come on, Ballistic Boo. You never thought I was you never thought I was 6-dimensional. I mean, I mean, it's very clear. You can ask Seth MacFarlane. He's the creator, the author of Family Guy. I mean, I have many parallel universes. I destroy reality. I mean, come on now. I mean, I'm immune to like the plot. I can die and it doesn't even matter. Oh, Peter, I don't think they're going to power scale you seriously. They'll just say it's an outlier. I mean, come on, Cleveland. Nobody's going to think it's an outlier. Let's see here. All right. So let me show y'all real quick about Yusuke Urameshi. All right, so obviously we know how strong Saitama is. Let's talk a little bit about what Saitama has done. What has Saitama done that is going to be detrimental to Yusuke? Okay, Saitama. Let's talk about Saitama's table flip. So Saitama's table flip, let's show what happens when Saitama's angry. Now Saitama, there's a difference between Saitama trying and being angry. Let me go ahead and show you what happens. So Saitama, when he's angry, let's get one of the feats on the screen. So let's talk about it. So one of the feats that we do know that Saitama has done before is this one right here. Woo! As you can see, beautiful. He does a table flip. So I forgot what moon this was on, but he's on one of the Jupiter's moons, which I actually saw not too long ago. So he goes ahead, digs his hand in the ground, and flips, and like the entire planet just goes. So that right there shows like his base AP level strength in most cases. Now this is how Saitama's going to start off the fight. Now, as he progressively gets stronger, Saitama has done some crazy, ridiculous, redonkulous stuff. And I'm going to go ahead and give you a taste of, like, the crazy stuff he's done. So let's go ahead and show you, like, what his sneeze did. So Saitama, when he had a sneeze at his maximum power, you got something like this. The sneeze blew away most of the debris off of it, and yeah, I'm gonna show you immediately what the aftermath actually was. The aftermath looked like this. Now, bro, I'm not. Look, I know we all know better. That since he could sneeze most of Jupiter's gases off. Now it's not like it's kind of difficult because it's not like he's removing the complete gravitational binding, but he's getting to the core. Or the base underneath all the gas. And the gases on Jupiter are quite thick. Granted, Jupiter is only about twice as dense as Earth. So let's see. How many times is Jupiter denser than Earth? All right, so the mass Earth is only a fifth as dense. All right, although it's slightly more massive, or it's significantly more massive Earth, it is only a fifth as dense. because it's made of gas rather than rock. So again, this is really powerful. The joules of energy would still be in the planetary ranges, obviously. Medium planetary ranges, you can even argue. But to say that it's complete, true, large planetaryism is kind of false. And that just more so has to do with just the overall magnitude of what it would be like if Earth was that size. It would be a completely different thing. So let's go ahead. So now, all right. So exactly, beer sneeze. So like obviously now Saitama is crazy. All right. Now we ain't gonna deny that, but let's talk about a couple things. Garu is like, what the hell is this monster? Now look, these guys are fast, very fast. But we got a couple things. We got to look at a couple things right now. Now, this is the power. Now, I want to show you guys something real quick. Now, let's talk a little bit about our boy Yusuke, who everyone seems to think is the underdog in most cases. But if you've watched anything with Yu Yu Hakusho, you're going to know, you're going to learn something today. I'm going to go ahead and teach y'all something. So let's go ahead and begin with some of the bare basics. All right. So first and foremost, I want to kind of like I want everyone to kind of get an idea of the stuff that like Yusuke can already do. But before we get into any of that, let's talk a little bit about what he has done. So if you guys know, let's start with the beginning. Let's start with our boy. Let's start with this guy right here. The guy that people think apparently Crollo Lucifer can fight from Hunter x Hunter. Yeah, so you see, Sensui is one of the most slept-on characters in most of Shonen in terms of like his actual raw power. And I'm going to give you a couple of examples as to why. So we're using anime version because anime version is canon according to Takahashi. I'll go ahead and provide some evidence for that later. But as you know, anime variation is canon according to Takahashi. It's just a separate canon from the manga, though manga's elements are still used in verbatim in the anime, according to Yu Hakusho Forever, who gave me pure translations, which actually added up completely to what the anime was stating. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about how strong is Shinobu Sensui. All right, so first and foremost, this is what's going to give you an idea of how much stronger Yusuke is. And I'm going to give you guys an idea. So let's start off with the first thing, because a lot of people like may have seen the video, but they don't really understand. You see, when Yusuke first started fighting Sensui already stated that he was several times stronger. But like, I'm going to go ahead and like, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys some of the other crazy stuff that Sensui has done. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the fact that Sensui, when he first taught Yusuke, just through battle experience, was like twice as weak as Yusuke. So later on, as the battle began, Sensui started to amp it up, and this is when it was stated that his spiritual energy was 100, Yusuke was a 10. So is he saying that he has 10 times the spiritual power of a Urameshi? Really good, because remember, this is an anime version. So at a certain point, what happens is they get into a bout, and Yusuke gets his freaking body blasted. All right? Now, here's the funny part. After Yusuke is in this condition, from fighting someone who's 10 times above him, literally Koenma comes, postpones a little bit of the battle. You see these holes? These holes are completely through his body. Completely. Including his bones. Yusuke completely regenerates from this using the spirit wave. Okay? He completely regenerates it because he learned healing techniques from Genkai. So he regenerated his, micro-generated his bones, his flesh, some parts of his organs that had holes in it. As long as it wasn't like a complete vital and he had enough time to heal it, he healed through these. He completely recovered, got up, told Koenma, back up, this is my fight, knocked Sensui on the ground so hard, well, it was actually Kazuya Sensui, so hard he started leaning over in pain and said, you understand, now send out the strongest one inside here. And 3 minutes! So Yusuke just got a 10 times Zenkai boost in 3 minutes. So let that sink in for a moment. So we're talking about a Yusuke who got 10 times stronger in 3 minutes. So yeah, that's already crazy right there. So first off, now that he's already gotten 3 times stronger, I think the next thing that people kind of don't understand is that Sensui brought out his true self. But let me show you what his true self even said. When Sensui brought out his true self, he literally stated to Yusuke, and I'm going to give you guys a hint. First off, I'm going to let you guys know something. Sensui's power was so great, and I'm going to show this clip. I'm going to show this clip for the sense of all intents and purposes. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. 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 No, I can't find it. But anyway, the main point is, Yusuke, when he did this feat, Yusuke, when he fought Sensui, I'm going to have you guys know, Sensui says the same thing verbatim. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to avoid copyright, but I'm going to go ahead and try to show you guys a bit of that episode where Sensui makes those statements. So what Sensui does end up saying is that he literally tells Yusuke the same thing. And yeah, for those who are curious, I'm going to go ahead and pull up some screenshots because I'm trying to avoid copyright. You know how these guys are nowadays. You show like one little clip, they start getting mad. So, all right. So whatever. The main point is, so guys, here's what we're going to look at real quick. I'm going to MGAR. I'm going to go ahead and post the image. Boom, right there. So Sensui literally says, I'm suppressing myself this much, yet it's already having this much effect on the ground. So what he's saying is, and he literally says, this is my only shortcoming. Within the human world, my power is too great. Now, everyone knows this line. Everyone probably already knows this line. But again, without the context, like if you actually see it, like the fact that he actually says this verbatim is crazy. Because the same Genkai literally confirms this. Now, the thing is, he literally talks about how it's too much for human world. He literally says, the human realm. So what is he implying when he says I can't let loose of it? So what does he says it's stressful. So what does Yusuke respond to that? To kind of confirm that Sensui is literally being honest, that half of his power is a threat to the human world alone, just his presence. Yusuke's like, you want to flatten the human world, don't you? So he literally tells him that. He tells him, so go ahead. The Yusuke literally tells him, go ahead and go full power then, destroy the earth. Because Yusuke just wants to fight him at his strongest. Yusuke has this Goku mentality. Now let me tell you one thing you guys didn't know. That I didn't even include in my S-Class video. Did you know that the sacred energy Yomi used is not 10 times more potent? That was the English dub. And the Japanese, they say, even if you had an amount of ki several dozen times greater than mine, even if your ki was several dozen times greater than mine, you would still be unable to possess any sacred powers with your ki, implying, bare minimum, this is several, which is about 4, which you could be way more than that, but several dozen, which is 4 times greater in this context. So that's implying the sacred energy ki on literally its own, its literal basis is more than just 48 times greater. So it's so very potent. Keep in mind, one thing that people do not realize is that literally in the same case, Hiei even tells Kuwabara, you don't seem to sense it because you're a human. But if he were a yokai with that ki, he would be an S-Class. And the reason they're talking about this is because Kurama literally says verbatim when Sensui broke Yusuke's arm, he says, Sensui is suppressing his power to keep it as minimal as he can make it. When he broke Yusuke's arm, he did so as gently as if he were pinching an ant. So Sensui literally was being as gentle as he possibly could and broke Yusuke's arm. The same Yusuke who is an A-class fighter. And if you don't know A-class Yu Yu Hakusho, see, all I gotta do is type it in. It pops all the way up. As soon as I type this in, let's see, you can find the scans, yeah. Genkai says, even supposing you grow tired of this world and decide to blow it away, I no longer have the power to stop you. That's very concrete. Yusuke claimed it. By the way, for those who also don't know, Koenma also implied that the human world will no longer exist. He literally says, like, the human world will not exist anymore. So, the point I'm trying to show is that, given that Sensui is this much stronger than somebody who can break a country, now Saitama is too, But the fact is, this kind of supports the planetary basis, because if a country level A class fighter versus Sensui at 1%, Sensui sees you as an ant at 1% of his power, that's kind of giving you an idea of how goddamn strong he is. Alright? Now, here's another feat that people ignore. Another feat that is highly ignored is the fact that they literally go to subspace. So what happens is they get eaten by a two-dimensional demon, and then when they ask this, they basically are in a subspace, which is basically hyperspace, aka a higher dimension, where logic doesn't abide by. I showed you guys the last stream with the Garlic Jr., Akukan, same thing. So, in this realm, basically, they talk about how he's controlling it, and obviously they do give you context to make a lower order yokai from other dimensions a servant. And lower order is order of magnitude in terms of dimensionality, so a lower two-dimensional being is under his control. Now, why am I showing you guys this? The reason I'm showing you guys this is because of one reason. One reason alone. And you know what that reason is? Sensui shook it. Sensui's power resonated through into hyperspace and was shaking the hyperspace Kurama and Hiei and Kuwabara was in. Let that sink in. So what do you guys think? So far. Based on this so far, what's the thought process? We're talking about a guy. Yup, Donaz, no more. According to Kurama, I'm glad you're engaging. Thank you for engaging, Donaz. The thing is, according to Kurama, he literally says he's holding back his power as much as possible, as minimal as possible, and yet he was hitting Yusuke as gently as if he pinched an ant. So, right. So, like, Saitama lifted hyperspace, but someone like Sensui shook hyperspace, which is good because it shows he has that shows that Sensui, even when he's not even connected, remember, he's separated between a two-dimensional being. So the fact that Sensui is separated by a two-dimensional being, so remember, a two-dimensional being ate Kurama, Matari, Hiei, and Kuwabara. The two-dimensional being ate them and brought them into a fourth-dimensional world. So because they were brought into a fourth-dimensional world by this two-dimensional demon, they basically sit into this world as hyperspace. So basically a 2D being transferred them to a 4D space. All right? So they're in a 4D space. And guess what? Sensui's presence at like 1%, because he was suppressing himself as much as possible and said he didn't mean to shake the walls like that. And he's stressing his power so much it's stressful. Like, imagine if I asked you to pick up an ant without crushing it. That's how stressful it felt for Sensui. That's why he says it's stressful, because he can't even let loose any amount of his power. It's like when Superman said, if I sneeze the wrong way, I can cause an earthquake, etc. That's how Sensui felt. So the whole point is 50% of Sensui could destroy the earth. And given that 1% can already... 1% of Sensui compares a country level fighter like Yusuke to an ant? So what if he's at full power at 1%? Because he's suppressed while at 1% and try to be as gentle as possible, like picking up an ant in 1%. And still broke his arm. That's a country level fighter. So basically, if you're country level and Sensui's at 1%, he can't even pet you like a kitten, or he'll hurt you. That's how strong he was. Now, I know there's some confusion because he did fight Kuwabara, Kurama, and Hiei later, but Sensui purposely went into his defense mode and said, you guys have really good defense, and so you won't die very easily. But that's contradicted later, because as I showed with Andre, we'll talk about that in just a bit. If I'm not wrong, Viz Manga says it's subspace gate instead of hyperspace in One Punch Man. Vegeta scale. Subspace in Japanese is known as akukan, which is synonymous with hyperspace. It's basically a space between dimensions that allow for shortcuts. And in the same case, basically, if Saitama can grab it or kick it, Sensui can do the same thing. Just because the main premise is that his raw, well, I shouldn't even say yokai energy, because it's Higyoki, which is like a holy ki. He's able to basically utilize it, and it wraps him with the environment. Keep in mind, Higyoki cannot be sealed. So, but anyway, that has nothing to do with the fact that Yusuke overall could also do the same thing, hypothetically, just because of his raw power. I mean, granted, Sensui was very close, and the only thing separating them was a two-dimensional being. So, obviously, it's still impressive. I mean, it's not going to be like Sensui ain't universal. But it goes to show there's a little bit of impressiveness to the feat. I'll show you a little bit more about the feats that kind of give them a level of scaling. And I'll show you something that's going to actually add to it. You guys are going to see. Because I'm not making this stuff up. So now that we've discussed Sensui, remember, Sensui is trash compared to later fighters. Alright? And to kind of give the idea that they are planetary, again, country level fighters, this kind of just tells them, Koenma literally states that if we get caught in the middle, we'll be wiped out in one shot. And the thing is, during that fight, Yusuke couldn't even control all of his power. He couldn't even use all of it. So basically, he was like suppressed Gohan. Keep in mind, Sensui is this strong, and Sensui was sick. He had a month, half a month to live. Less than a half a month. Sensui was already ill. Yeah, exactly, Donaz. So the good news is, if these guys scale, these guys both can deal with hyperspace. Both are planetary very casually. But here's the thing about Yusuke. Yusuke's not done. Remember, Sensui, like, I know people's like, oh, but like Saitama sneezed Jupiter away. I'm impressed. Don't get me wrong. But when you factor in that Sensui saying, if I even let 50% of my energy out, I'm going to destroy Earth. And there's evidence of that because Koenma literally states that Earth will not exist if Sensui opens that gate in less than 10 years. C and D classes alone in less than 10 years. I think C, D, and B classes will destroy the entire planet. Like, it won't even exist, according to Koenma. Now, again, to give you more evidence that that holy sacred key is like God key, it literally states two of them, Yoki and one of them Reiki, but what is the other one? And this is important because it's going to kind of give us an idea of Yusuke later on, and I'll tell you why. Because Yusuke obviously has similar ki. It's not the same, but he has something similar to it. Because when they first felt it, as you can see, they mistaked it for Sensui's ki. Meaning it gave Yusuke the same amplification. Which is like Yusuke basically got like 50 times stronger while fighting Yomi. Or technically more than that because he got 10 times stronger with his Mazaku form. And it literally stated, the more I keep fighting, the stronger I get. I mean, remember, it took Yusuke 3 minutes to get 10 times stronger. He literally kept getting Dragon Ball level power-ups throughout this whole fight. So, when you think of it in this context, Saitama's growth rate, and I'm sure the chat might understand, Saitama is strong. Don't get me wrong. Bars. He's strong, don't get me wrong. Yeah, that's bars. But anyway, the point is, even though Saitama is very, 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 very strong, that's not going to take away from the fact that Yusuke can... I don't think Saitama's going to outgrow Yusuke. So in the chat, let me know, do you guys think Saitama and Yusuke's growth rate will be kind of the same, or do you think Yusuke's a little bit more ridiculous? Because from my perspective, based on watching Saitama's fight with Garou, I personally feel that Yusuke's growth rate is more exponential than Saitama. Because Yusuke was fighting Yomi. And it's literally stated from Hiei verbatim that Yusuke did not even stand a chance. Like, not a chance. at all. Like, it wasn't even close. Like, it's not even something that should even be in a conversation. But then out of nowhere, he gets the demon variant, which gives him a 10 times multiplier. Cosmic Horagaru. No, I have not. I have not. Saitama takes a bit to adapt to his opponent, but when he does, he skyrockets above them. I agree. Saitama does take time to adapt, but what happens when his opponent literally, like Yusuke literally says verbatim, "You're going to regret this, Yomi. I get stronger and stronger the more I fight." And keep in mind, Yusuke fought for 60 hours at full power. And literally on like his last hour during the fight, he got the sacred energy, which is basically several dozen. So I can do this. I can either say several dozen times and lowball it, which is bare minimum 48 times multiplier, or I can high end it, which I think is like 96, just about. So I can get Yusuke 96 times stronger or 48 times stronger just in that small time, just within that time frame of their fight. So Yusuke's growth rate seems to be far more greater than Saitama, because Saitama, we don't have raw numbers. We can do mathematics to speculate Saitama's feats, but his feats alone are not going to tell us much, because he table flipped Jupiter. I mean, table flipped Jupiter's moon, but then later sneezed Jupiter by accident. Now, granted, that's not denying it, but it also shows that Saitama still was trying. But how do you think? But like, here's the part that's funny. Sensui is implying that his power would passively destroy the Earth without him intending. He's not trying to destroy the Earth at 50%. Yet he still would potentially ruin the entire planet. And you know what's the funniest part? I'll give you an idea. For people who don't know, let's talk a little bit about these right here. Now, this is manga, but it's still parallel to the anime, which is good. So it's still canon. Hokushin, bald guy right here, aka Ikaku, Saitama's brother. No, I'm just playing. Anyway, Hokushin literally is at a Yoki power level of 36,000 with an offensive power of 5,900. So his offensive power is that high. This is important, and I'll tell you why. Now, his offensive power is insane, and his overall skill is just ridiculous. The reason I bring this up is because Sensui is implied to not just be weaker than the same, because Yusuke, after he fought Sensui, is much stronger because his ancestor unlocked his full power. Again, Yusuke is much stronger here when he's playing a video game with Genkai. Yet, Hokushin implies, I can beat you even as a D class just off raw skill. Now, obviously, Hokushin lived longer than Yusuke, but there's still more to look into it. Yusuke was already probably after the battle against Sensui. Yusuke was probably about 50%, almost 2 times stronger than Sensui at that point. He just didn't know how to control his power. In fact, according to the Japanese manga, Yusuke had an order of magnitude of power when he went into his Mazaku state, thanks to his father utilizing his potential. Now, obviously, I'm not going to use that as a factor because we don't know if that's if that's Yusuke's normal potential and Yusuke was 10 times stronger the whole time, or if it just means that Yusuke was 10 times stronger when his potential was unlocked, kind of like Ultimate Gohan. So we're not going to use that. So at the bare minimum, Hokushin is at least 3 times above Sensui. And he's only at a 5,900 OP for his power. Or 36k. Now let's look at the kings. And look at Kurama says as power goes to second and commanders are mere sparks next to infernos of kings. So Kurama's saying, and I know in the Japanese he's basically saying they're practically useless. They're like comparing gnats to an entire like tiger. They're nothing to their kings. And why is that? Because look at the power level for the kings. Freaking oh my gosh. 1,550,000, 1,575,000, 1,322,000. And notice that Ryzen Look at their OP. 382,500, 231,000, and then Ryzen 424,000 for their overall offensive power. Because it tells you right here. So their offensive power, their raw AP, and their attack potency. So like, let's just do a basic math. Let's do 424,000 divided by. So let's do 424,000 divided by 5,900. So Aizen, in terms of attack potency, is 71.8 times stronger than Hakushin. Which, if we multiply that by 3, means that he's 215 times stronger than Sensui. Who, if we multiply by 2 again, that 2% could destroy the Earth. So at bare minimum, he's like way stronger than that. But the thing is, like, this number is not even indicative to what they can actually do. Because the fact is, even if you use Yusuke under the same radar, right? Because Yusuke's power level was stated to have to at least reach 500k. And there's evidence of that because Yomi right here does talk about it. I'm not sure if it's on this page, but Yomi does mention in the anime that he needs his son's power, that he needs his son to at least hit a 500,000. So Yomi's son, Shira, is at least 500,000 in raw AP. I mean, in raw demon energy. Yusuke reaches that and is equalized to Yomi's son. And if Yusuke is equalized, and we use the same formula for Ryzen, Ryzen's offensive power is about 1/3 of his total power. So in terms of percentage, we could just do a 33% decrease. So to get Yusuke's offensive power off of 500,000, all we got to do is minus it by 33%. And that's literally going to just give us the number. And you just take this, minus it by 500,000, and there we go. So Yusuke's offensive power is 165,000, which is really good, because that shows Yusuke's base power that he had. Now, here's the thing, is that Yusuke's ray gun or spirit gun is not only 5 times stronger, but the fact that his demon form adds 10 times to that, and then the fact that he gets the sacred energy later, you know, just that 48 times difference. So, in terms of that, we're looking at someone with the overall yokai battle, like, overall, like, and remember, this is for the anime, because remember, power levels are never stagnant. They fluctuate, because these... Yuta doesn't actually know. Yeah, I know it's like Yoda, but anyway, Yuta doesn't actually know how strong the kings truly are. These are just estimates. Alright? So this is data they obtain, just to kind of give them an idea. Because remember, Yomi could power up if he needs to. Makuro, Ryzen could power up if they need to. And they have offensive attacks that can increase their attack potency many-fold, similar to Dragon Ball. So if we're like talking like in terms of raw AP, Yusuke, let's see, and then I multiply by 2, it's like 134,237.2 times planetary, which adds up to the math anyway, because when we did the math, he was large planetary, plus when he attacked Yomi, I did the calc for that in my last video, if you guys didn't see it. And on top of that, Yusuke is stated to have a small star in his body, which, by the way, for those who don't know, this equivalents out to close to a small star, because Yusuke also gets rage boost. So what I'm saying is, Yusuke's ability to overcome these gaps of power so significantly fast is what's going to give him the edge against Saitama. So he does have the ability to deal with hyperspace. He does have the speed, because he's far, far faster than light. Massively faster than light by the end of the series. So is Saitama. So even if we acknowledge that both their speeds are equalized, Yusuke is a better fighter than Saitama. Period. Way better fighter. And then the fact is, Yusuke's aura attacks you astral, on an astral level. Because when Yusuke was fighting with Sensui, their mere auras destroyed the demons from their spirit, soul, and their... Well, not their main soul, because their soul still travels to heaven, but it destroyed their spirit and their body. So their spirit and body got completely obliterated. Their soul may have traveled to the afterlife, but their spirit got completely eviscerated. Just like when Toguro was sucking up the souls of other demons. So anyway... I hope this kind of gives you an idea of how much stronger Yusuke is than people think. Oh, and by the way, in case people don't remember, I'll show one more scene to kind of give you an idea. So how many of you guys remember this scene? And again, I'm showing this scene for copyright. I'm just showing it, just kind of give you guys an idea. So how many of you guys remember this scene right here? Like, now again, pausing for copyright. All right, back to the thing. All right. Pausing for copyright. Because again, this is fair use. Okay, now look. to kind of show you guys a point. Boom, boom, boom. Now check this out. Now again, pausing again, last point. Fair use. Now check this out. So even after Yusuke did that with his demon energy multiplier, which is like times 10, so he's at least like at a 5 million in terms of raw demon energy. And by the way, the actual blast was way, way larger than that. But you know what's funny? What did Yomi say after that? In the English, Yomi was smiling. Still, like Yomi didn't really give much comments. But in the Japanese, this is what he says. Oh, that felt great. So I'm just kind of giving you guys this. Didn't you show me a star level argument for Yusuke? Yes, I did, dumbass. But anyway, guys, this is the hot take about Yusuke versus Saitama. Let me know what you guys think overall. Do you think Yusuke takes it? Do you think it's just too much? Do you think Saitama can edge it out? And if you think if you guys think Yusuke loses, just let me know. That's fine. But I have one more thing. You know who I know can beat Saitama? This lady right here. Yeah. Now, guys, let me ask you this. Give me a fire in the chat if you think Makuro can beat Saitama, and give me an ice in the chat if you don't think she could do it. Because I'm going to change you guys' mind. And then we'll start moving on to the chat questions. Serious punch creating a void in space. Multi-galaxy. Saitama one-shots her too. Let's see it. Let's see it. Give me the ices. Give me the ices. Give me the fires. Let me see it. Let me see it. Let's see it. All right, so I'm going to tell you this. All right, so we got some ices in the chat. So people think that Makuro cannot beat Saitama. Like, if Yusuke couldn't do it, they think Makuro can't. So we got a lot of ices. So a lot of people think that Saitama would fold Makuro. Well, let me show you why. Let me show you why Makuro would absolutely clap Saitama. And I'm going to also show you why Yusuke probably is going to be a lot more durable than you think. So let's go ahead. Why would Makuro slap Saitama? Well, for starters, Hiei is equal to Yusuke. And throughout the whole fight, Makuro held back. And in fact, the manga, which is parallel to the anime and the OVA, confirms that Makuro wasn't even going all out and the tournament was just a friendly place for her. And that she had twice the amount of Yoki as what people don't know about when she's enraged. So that 150, that big yokai level you saw, double this. She's in the 3 millions, really. Now, obviously, you can have increases of yokai energy and power as you power up and fight, but the whole point is she's far, far stronger. Makuro has the ability to read into your conscious. So if Makuro needs to read into your conscious, she can. Moreover, Makuro is faster than Hiei while staying calm and casually. And Hiei is faster than Yusuke in most cases, or about equal in speed. And Makuro is stronger than Yomi. Oh yeah. It would be a hard fought battle. But Makuro doesn't have any intentions of taking over Demon World in that case. Because if she wanted to, she would have bodied everyone. And this is proven because if you read the manga, Natsumi, who is stronger than Yomi, or equal to Yomi, and I could prove that, because Natsumi is literally a character who fought Chu. And she's stronger than Yomi. And yet Makuro bodied her in the manga. No difficulty. Now, let's go ahead and show why Makuro, in my opinion, would probably wipe the floor. One of the major things that Makuro has is intelligence. She's stronger than Yusuke. So where I scaled Yusuke, Makuro is technically can get stronger than that. And the one thing that Makuro has that people do not know about is this. When she fought Hiei, she created a line. Now, for those who don't know, she literally moves her finger. Like, she just swipes her finger. It's a low effort feat. This is literally her just playing around. Swipes her finger. What is that line? She's cutting through space. Through space? I've heard stories about this, but about how Makuro can cut even through space. Now, what other context do we need? Let's go ahead and get it. There's no kind of material that can elude that. Makuro's right arm can cut through space and all. And remember, she doesn't need to be up close to you. She just cuts it from a distance. The space that Makuro cuts remains cut. If you make contact with it, you and the space you're in get split. And Hiei got hit by it and still didn't lose an arm. Hiei got hit by it and tanked it. Hiei got hit by it and tanked it. I'm not joking. I wish I was capping. So that's why. Yes, she literally has the Yamato from Devil May Cry. I'm sorry. I understand Saitama's fast, but there's not a Saitama fan in the world or any calc you can give me that can show that anyone is going to because Yu Yu Hakusho had light speed since D classes. And S classes are literally millions. I'm not even capping. Millions of times stronger and faster. When Kuwabara, Kurama, and Hiei were A classes, and they scale far above Toguro, who scales far above characters like Shishi Wakamaru and even Genkai, who were using wavelengths and light attacks. Even Hiei was using light-based attacks when he fought Yusuke as a D class. So the thing is, even if we say, oh, but like Suzaku is a D class too. So the thing is, what makes it interesting is that Makuro, they already had light speed. If I just go off a transitive property, just simple transitive property, and if those don't know what transitive property is, it's very simple. It's if A is greater than B, then B is greater, and C is greater than A. If A is greater than B, but C is greater than A, then C is greater than A and B. Simple. That's transitive property. And using that alone, Makuro is literally like hundreds of thousands times the speed of light. Hundreds of thousands times. Hundreds of thousands of times. So, like, even if we use the speed and distance calculator, and we take the distance between Jupiter and Earth, which I think it's 490 million. Jupiter to Earth. All right, yeah, there we go. All right, so let's take the miles here, 371.54 million miles. Let's go ahead back to our calculator. That's really going to help us get an idea. So it's not light years. So we're going to just do a simple calc. We're going to solve for speed. Solve for speed. We're going to talk about distance. Solve for speed, distance, and time. So we're going to kind of get an idea of how much stronger they are. So again, we need speed. So the distance in miles per hour is 370 million. So bam, 1, 2, 3. Yup, very simple. We'll take it in miles per second, because that's important. Now, I'm going to say that it took Saitama... I'm going to highball and say it took Saitama and Garu 1 second to get to Jupiter. Even if it took them 1 second to get to Jupiter, how many miles per second? All right, we take this number, take this formula, plug it right in. Plug it in, divide it by 186,000. And that means they're about, or actually, you know what, miles per second to speed of light. We can just do this. All right. Yeah. 1,994.49 times the speed of light. And keep in mind, they actually didn't travel that speed originally. It was Blast who helped them get there. But anyway, even with that, they still traveled back to the sun. So they're probably around 2,000 times the speed of light. I could easily get Makuro beyond that. Easily. Like, just on simple, even lowball calcs. Even if I said Sensui, even if I say someone like Sensui, even if I said Sensui is like the bare minimum, even if I said Sensui is the bare minimum of a light speed, which doesn't make any sense, that alone, and the fact that Sensui's power level is like 3 times weaker than Hokushin, and Hokushin's a 36k, so let's see, 3600, 1,000. So all I gotta do is take Makuro's full power level. And I know this is kind of weird because speed can differentiate. Well, kinda. It's kind of like Dragon Ball with power levels. Even with that said, 36k. Yeah. So that's the number we get. Multiply that times 3. And that's literally like, that's like a very, very crazy low ball. And that's not even factoring in that Makuro can stack on other level, can literally match out to Yusuke's aura output, which Yusuke got a 10 times multiplier. So Yusuke, even lowballing Yusuke to that degree, would already put Yusuke around that level. So I could easily get Makuro to match those speeds. So Saitama's not going to completely blitz her at all. So that's out of the question. But, yeah. So anyway. The bottom line. Alright, well, to be honest, you just changed everyone's mind in this chat. There's honestly no need to continue this explanation. No names left. Thank you. I didn't even notice your point. But anyway, I just wanted to kind of give people the idea of Makuro versus Hiei sub. I gotta put sub because I gotta see the fight. Makuro versus Hiei. I could kind of show part of it. So I could show part of it. Like, as you guys can see, I could show like part of it. I don't feel like watching this commercial, but whatever. So like, I'll try to show part of it. I don't know the full thing, but like I'll kind of give you an idea. It kind of gives you an idea of what was happening through the battle. So anyway, all right, hurry up. So what happens is, let me see if it's this part. Oh yeah, she nearly one-shots Hiei right there, and then after that, as she's literally holding back, let's see, let's get part 2. Hiei used the Dragon of the Darkness Flame, and she's literally holding back the whole time. And then this part. So this part is where it gets interesting. So this is how casually she does it, just to kind of show people the visuals. Yeah. That's how easy it is for her to do it. So she could literally cut through space at any time, no problem. And it stays like that. So if you touch it, you get split in half. Now, again, this kind of backs... Now, yes, Hiei does get hit by it. And Hiei doesn't get split. Now, this kind of backs up what we were saying when Sensui shook hyperspace. It kind of backs up the idea of like, all right, they have some level of resistance to 3-dimensional durability negation. But like they said, like Kurama said, there's no material that can negate this attack. So, but you can also argue that Hiei didn't actually get split with it. He just touched the line. But again, like they say, if you touch it, you get completely split. And again, Makuro can do this easily. Like, even look at the background. Look how when the background pans. Look at the mountain here. Look how the mountain just fades away into a completely different void of space. So literally, Makuro has the Yamato. So I think in my honest opinion, I think Makuro can take out Saitama. Not because Saitama's weak, but because she literally has hacks that also go along with it. I think it's because people think Yu Yu Hakusho is just about boom, boom, big power, boom, boom, big power. But I'm like, nah, they have hacks. Even if Saitama was galaxy level, do you honestly think he could stand a chance against Makuro, who literally cut through space, period? Because if he gets cut, he's not going to know the space cuts him. Hiei knows it because Hiei react to it. Hiei knows who Makuro is. Hiei knows about different hacks. If this is a casual encounter, Makuro literally cut him in half. with her right hand, casually. But yeah. But yeah, let's see here. But yeah, that's it. That's it for Saitama versus Yusuke or Yu Yu Hakusho, blah blah. It just kind of shows that Yu Yu Hakusho is far stronger than people kind of imagine they would be, and they have far more hacks. In my opinion, Makuro and Ryzen are one of the strongest characters in the entire franchise, just because, I mean, how do you beat that? Who went? So we got a question up here from let's see here. All right, so we got about 59 minutes left of the stream, which is pretty good. So let's go ahead and take our time answering some questions. Who wins, Dante or Goku? This is an actual hot take because they both are basically the same. So let's go ahead and look. Let's see what other people got to say. So what does Dante have to defeat Goku? All right, well, here's the truth. Oh hell no, this is a one shot. Don't ever do that. Yeah. The Dante versus Goku would actually be an interesting battle, but the honest truth is Goku is far stronger. It's not a hot take that Dante would win because there's no take of it at all. Dante has no way to win. You cannot get Dante to win. The only case you can get Dante to win is if Goku drops his guard and is trying to test Ultra Instinct or something and Dante hits him with something that he didn't see coming. Even the demons that Dante fight who are colder than Absolute Zero, Goku can handle that. Dante's really strong, can slow down time. That doesn't matter to Goku. Even if Dante had the Yamato, which can cut through space and time, doesn't matter. Goku can literally block it with his hand and be okay in base form. So, like, honestly, Goku has too many tools to win. Even if you use the additional dimensions of the Devil May Cry, first off, those dimensions refer to human soul, and so more so talks about E. Powell's casual body and ego. So it's not necessarily higher dimensionality in the sense of like infinitely greater by almost an Aleph null degree. No. Even if it was, Goku could still outscale that in Mastered Ultra Instinct. So I think that overall, Goku has the edge and advantage just overall. Especially because if we use the Garlic Jr. scan, Jiren can glare away 11th dimensional attacks. Yeah. Because if we use the Garlic Jr. space and scaling, then we have an 11th dimensional Jiren who glared away freaking Final Flash Evolution Blue Vegeta, who's hundreds of times stronger than Infinite Zamasu. So even if the anti-spiral fought Jiren, he's getting glared away if we use that scaling. And I know it pisses people off, but hey, it's the truth. Now maybe anti-spiral could beat Goku because he could do things that Goku has a weakness on. Jiren doesn't play that. If Jiren senses you have strong power, he's either gonna do one thing, take care of you, simple, just be done with it, or he's gonna play with you. And I see it as the latter. It's like I said, if Byakuya fought someone like Genos, right? Byakuya would absolutely destroy Genos. First thing that Genos is gonna be like is like, who is this guy? First thing, immediately Byakuya is just boom, already flash steps and cuts Genos' freaking head off. Genos cannot react to it. Genos cannot scale the Bleach. In fact, no One Punch Man character could scale the Bleach. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. So we're not gonna get into that. I wouldn't say Dante's 9D, and even if Dante was 9D, if we use the more recent scales for Goku, Goku's further into 9D than Dante would be anyway. Because even if we use the old scaling where Infinite Zamasu's 9D, Vegeta's like 100 times, 1,000 times stronger than that. And Jiren used a Final Flash, and then Jiren just glares it away. And then Goku can I mean, come on. Nah, Goku can't fight that. I mean, Dante can't fight that. That's way too much power. Way too much power if he's fighting anime Goku. Now, manga Goku, I could see an argument for Dante winning. That'd be an interesting battle, in my honest opinion. Yeah, Jiren could be infinitely stronger than Anti-Spiral at his max power. But remember, Dragon Ball characters, their powers fluctuate. So it's like they can choose when to go infinitely greater than you. They're not constantly infinitely greater than you like witches and Yumi Neko. In Umi Neko, witches are always infinitely greater even when they're not trying. In Dragon Ball, they have to put in effort to jump there. Because if they don't power up their aura, then yeah, it's not going to work. Ajimu versus Featherine. Alright, so this battle, this is an interesting battle. Alright, so these two. Similar personalities, kinda. Similar cases. How would this battle actually go? So this battle goes in two different ways. And this is kind of a hot take. This battle goes in two ways. Either Featherine completely Ajimu, which basically is another way to say he completely blinks. I mean, she completely rewrites who Najimu is. Completely. But then again, I can't even say that because Najimu can do the same thing. So it works like this. Most people like to highball Featherine to this outerversal being. Now, am I going to say she's outerversal? Heck no. But can she get there? She has arguments. Okay? She has existing arguments. She casually, by existing, is infinitely greater than 8th dimensional beings. Already. Just her being herself is already infinitely greater. If you factor in if you take it verbatim that she literally has no restrictions, then you could get her to some really high levels fight abilities, especially if she becomes one with the creator who's abstract. But then again, it won't be Feathering anymore. Now, Ajimu can literally just say, I don't want to be in this fight. And it's Feathering's I'm going to write you in the script. First thing that Ajimu's going to do is oh, you're going to write me in the script? Well, I want to be in that script. And Feathering's what? Yeah, I put me in an anime instead. It's Feathering's what the freak is an anime? Oh, you don't know what an anime is? See, the people who's writing this story suck. This versus battle is trash. I'm not even going to do this versus battle. So, the problem is, especially because Najimu has all fiction, and can just, yeah, I mean, you see the statement. So, honestly, in most cases, I think Ajimu wins. But if you really, really highball Feathering, Ajimu still wins. Stay mad. Look at the face, look at the face, look at the face. Stay mad. Oh, okay. Oh, SpongeBob versus Super Friends. Let's go ahead and see that. Bro, I think you know how many people are gonna be mad because I just did that when IG. Just imagine this. Imagine this. You just see IG move all the way back there. Da 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 da. Ajimu solos. I'm sorry, guys. I had to do it. I'm sorry. I had to do it to y'all. So let's see here. All right, let's see here. Do Yusuke versus Saitama? I just did that. Oh, my Ichigo? All right, so Yusuke versus Ichigo. All right, that's going to be interesting. So somebody, all right, let me just stop. This battle would actually be a lot closer depending on Ichigo. So basically, if Yusuke is like, oh, I like this image. This image is amazing. Yeah, that's cool. So anyway, Yusuke has the ability to definitely hurt. Like, if we're using, let's use a more grounded Ichigo, because we have to. Now, Yusuke definitely has the ability to hurt Ichigo on many levels, considering his power, his amps, his increase, and Yusuke can literally adapt. In fact, for those who don't know, when he fought the Doctor, there was a difference in strength by 1,032 times that Yusuke overcame. So I don't think that it's not possible for Yusuke to overcome that. I think Yusuke can definitely overcome that. But sorry, Ichigo. But because like Ichigo literally, all right, I'm gonna throw out my Shikai. That's a 10 times multiplier. Bankai. That's 100 times multiplier. Hollow Mass. That's 1,000 times multiplier. Quincy Power Stuff Other Things. That's a 10,000 times. Like, god dang, Ichigo, calm down, bro. So Ichigo also got some stupid stuff too. He literally throws orders of magnitude as multipliers. So Ichigo, I think Ichigo would lead the fight with some broken ribs, but I think he would overall ultimately beat Yusuke. Now Reiatsu is just another way to say spiritual energy. Yusuke also has that. So Bleach has Reiatsu crushing. Yu Yu Hakusho has soul evaporation, or Reiatsu evaporation, essentially. So Yusuke can literally evaporate you from powering up. Ichigo could literally crush your soul by powering up, both to your soul, for Yusuke and Ichigo. So they're very similar. So in terms of the battle, I have no doubt that Yusuke could see Ichigo, and I have no doubt Ichigo will be able to see Yusuke's spirit gun, which is technically invisible, depending on how much power he puts behind it. So because of that, I think if Ichigo fought Yusuke, it'll be a pretty good battle in the start. Speed-wise, depending on how I'm inflating the speed, I can see them being relative. Ichigo has the edge in speed. Ichigo has the edge and Yusuke has the edge in casual power. Now I'll tell you what I mean by that. Yusuke is more passively more destructive than Ichigo, because remember, Yusuke's presence can destroy a planet. Ichigo's Getsuga Tensho at max power could definitely do the same. And I'm pretty sure Ichigo has interdimensional abilities many times over. And Ichigo, in some cases, in my opinion, is far stronger than Yamamoto, who is at least star level. And there's reasons for that. So Ichigo has a better attack output at max power, but Yusuke has a better, like, overall, Yusuke can literally throw, and I'm not even trying to make this up, Yusuke can literally throw out planetary punches. Like, based on the math, Yusuke can literally throw out large planetary plus, at least not large, at least in AP, like with math, Yusuke can throw out, like, large planet punches every time in Ichigo, just ba 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 ba. So imagine someone hitting you at the speed of light, hitting you with like 100 million punches, all in a second, all of them are like planet level. Ichigo's gonna be like, what the freak is this guy? This guy's so strong. And but Ichigo gets punched with a planetary attack, he'll die. Like, no, he won't. Oh, no, he won't. I mean, La Lanzadala Rampago, or whatever the hell it is called, that Ukiura used, I forgot the name. Ranza de Lempago, I think it's called. When he used that, Vasto Larde, who's far weaker than even base Ichigo in Blood War, it can easily just grab that. And that thing is multi-continental if you really want to get technical. Alright? And since Ukiura is planetary, since I consider Blood War to be, not Blood War, Hell something, whatever the hell it was called. Whatever that movie was called, I consider it canon. Now remember, I've seen a lot of Bleach, but remember, I have to juggle a lot of different anime, guys. So, in my opinion, honestly, Ichigo wins. High difficulty, in a sense of that Ichigo's not going to know much about Yusuke and what he does. Now, in another case, depending on if I use a more moderate scale for Ichigo completely, like, bodies Yusuke. It'll be a low difficulty. It's not going to be a no difficulty, but it'll definitely be a low difficulty with a simple Getsuga Tensho. at his max power. So I think that the battle would be pretty good. And to answer your question, Retro, Yusuke literally flexes his aura and Luffy dies. The entire One Piece planet like evaporates. That's my answer. Even Joy Boy, despite that I have Luffy at planetary and super and massively and almost massively faster than light, probably is massively faster than light. I still think Yusuke would just literally flex his aura and Luffy's hand would just Luffy's dead. Luffy's dead. Because Yusuke literally would just blitz him and one-shot Luffy in the face. Luffy has Haki. Yeah, I know. Hokushin has the same thing. Hokushin is literally a rubber man, and he could stretch for miles. Luffy can't stretch for miles. He could stretch for miles, and Yusuke one-shot him. In fact, Yusuke could just flex his aura, and Hokushin will die. So, yeah, sorry. Yusuke will absolutely clap Luffy. But Ichigo does win this battle. But this is a great battle, and I love these. I would love for these two to team up in a death battle versus like Naruto and Natsu or something. That would be so cool. Naruto and Natsu versus Ichigo and Yusuke. That would be a cool battle. Real cool battle. But yeah. So anyway, I hope that kind of answers the battle question there. Now, Bayonetta versus Rimuru. I'm curious because I sent you some stuff before, and I want to know what you think on this fight would go. Let's see here. Bayonetta is kind of difficult to really understand, but I would say that I gotta look and find if Bayonetta has infinite universes, because she does, then she could beat Rimuru. Because I have Rimuru at multiversal. And y'all ain't gonna change my mind on that. Rimuru will absolutely stomp every character I was just talking about just now, except Ajimu and Feathering. So, nah. Exactly. She solos. Anyway. Bayo ain't beating Dante, though. I don't know. I can't even answer that. Because I still have to learn more about Bayonetta. Because Bayonetta 3 is coming out. So it depends. Let's see here. Alright guys, so it looks like we do have to go a little bit sooner than I expected. So, I do want to try to follow up with you guys tomorrow if I can. But I am going to say at least another 15 minutes. So let's go ahead and get this underway. I got Bayonetta at, so we're going to do a lightning round. Alright, so lightning round. Let's go ahead. Let's get a lot of questions. Goku versus Zeno versus Yugiri. Base Goku. What kind of question is that? The Dark Knight. Yogiri is going to literally get, like, Zeno Goku doesn't even do anything. He just powers up in Super Saiyan 4 and Yogiri gets blasted into oblivion. Like, Zeno Goku is strong enough that if he goes in Bleach and powers up, he'll destroy it. Goes in, like, literally, he has that Lucifer Morningstar level power. If he goes in Bleach, Naruto, One Punch Man, Bayonetta's verse, Dante's verse, pretty much any of those verses, even if he goes into Midaka box, goes into Yumineko, and Xeno Goku goes in there and he powers up to Super Saiyan 4, it's over. The whole verse is collapsing. Just from him powering up. Because you're talking about Xeno Goku who could power up and already shake a 15th dimensional constructs or greater. Ain't no damn way. And the fact is, base form Xeno Goku is already stronger than Demigod who could literally destroy the real world. Which the real world is infinite hyperversal, in my opinion. And I have a reason for that. Because it literally is a video game. It's literally transcended beyond fiction. Like, Dragon Ball is a fictional game to them. It's literally fiction. Now, I know people say, oh, you're fictional. That just means you're infinitely... No. Dragon Ball can add... They can... Like, Beats World can add to the game. They can literally add stuff to the game. It's a video game. It's like you and me playing Marvel versus Capcom. And I say, hey, let's mod the game and add more cosmology to it. That's literally what it's like. It's almost like that Little Big Planet meta. Except for this one is a little bit more stupider. Because it's consistently canon. Galactus versus Moro. In my opinion, Moro wins. Moro is able to suck up the energy of many different types. Moro is basically Moro is basically this guy. All right, Moro is basically this guy, somewhat. So I think Moro can definitely take away Galactus's abilities and can eat Galactus for breakfast. Because Galactus eats planet, but Moro just eats energy. He eats energy, energy, destructive key. No, he eats energy, ki, genki, god ki, magic. So he eats so many different archetypes, and the fact that some of these key elements are made up of bosons because it's quantum, and some of them have black, dark matter and negative matter. Moro can eat that, so I think Moro has more versatility. Xeno Goku versus Lucifer Morningstar. Ooh, Lucifer could take it because he has better reality warping. So if this if this battle ever happened, it would be very interesting. But Lucifer Morningstar basically has omnipotent level power. It just can't be formed because he's not linked with Michael. So I don't think Xeno Goku is going to do anything to him. Like Lucifer will literally walk in Dragon Ball Heroes and destroy the whole verse just accidentally. The only person I would say he'd have a hard time dealing with is the Grand Priest. Because the Grand Priest may be the only being who can probably compete. And don't ask me who will win between the two, because I don't know yet. I still don't know how strong the Grand Priest is. We still don't know. So yeah. Lucifer absolutely he takes everyone I just listed. He takes that little olive and flicks it at them, and all of them die. Or he could literally just say die, and then everyone dies because he just willed it. Because he has the presence's will. So if he just wills for everyone to die, they die. And he's one of the only few characters who I would probably consistently say actually deserves the title Outerversal. I would actually use the O word for this character. So would I call him Outerversal? Yes, I actually will. I'm serious. So, no infinite power-ups or dimensionality can fight him. Goku can't lower his stats either because there are no stats to lower. He's Outerversal. You can't lower his stats. So, yeah. Where would you scale the Demon King from Daily Life of the Immortal King season? Demon King is said to conquer and rule reality. Is able to sort of fight and suppress Wang Ling. Thor's Hammer, that's a good question. I probably would scale him to... I don't know yet. Because I haven't read it. Anos Voldigo versus Super Jet. Anos. Don't even ask. No, Anos all the way. Anos absolutely obliterates Janemba. Absolutely obliterates. Not even close. Now, Anos is 8th dimensional. Easily. Okay, maybe not easily. 6th dimensional easily. Casually. But, yeah, Anos is definitely really, really powerful. Lucifer versus Beyonder. Beyonder is truly omnipotent. Lucifer is not yet. He's nigh. But Beyonder is. So I would think Beyonder would win. It would be an interesting battle, though. Lucifer does have smarts and intelligence to deal with beings like that. It just depends. Is the Beyonder trying fully? Or is Lucifer, or is he, trying to figure out who Lucifer is? Because if you're trying to figure out stuff about Lucifer who's not from this verse, Beyonder can outsmart him. Lucifer can outsmart him and get rid of the concept of coming back to life. So Beyonder wouldn't be able to regenerate himself if Lucifer was somehow able to snag his power. It would take a long time and it required a lot of manipulation. But yeah, Lucifer could do that. He could definitely have a way to find a way. But so Anos stops at Super. Where does he stop at Super, you mean? Could Wang Ling be capable of 7D based on what happenings in the light novels, able to manipulate 10,000 dimensions and their timelines within them and defeat his outer gods? I'd have to look at it closer because it might even be higher. Thor's hammer. What about Capsule Corp Goku Universal Blue that absorbed the multiple? Nothing. No version of Goku is beating Lucifer at this current moment, except maybe God Fusion. But that's assuming that God Fusion is like not a fictional representation. If God Fusion is a fictional representation of me and Goku, but he has the powers of me included, then yeah, then absolutely. I'm stomping. I'm slapping him. This dude ain't beating me. Look at him. I rebuke the devil. Ugly ass Nick. Nah, I'm just playing. Anyway. Goku Black versus Anos. That's a better fight, but Goku Black wins. Goku Black can win. As long as he doesn't get hit by the Venos Noah. If he gets hit by the Venos Noah, Goku Black dies. Unless Goku Black is at full max power in Rose. What's up, Roz? Guess what? What? Beyonder isn't omnipotent, since two omnipotent characters can't be in the same verse. Actually, the one above all isn't part. Beyonder is not from Marvel. He's part of Marvel, the company license, but he's not from the Marvel verse. He's like his own separate outer verse where he is omnipotent there. Because he literally states in the Beyonder realm he's omnipotent. And every single character, like the Living Tribunal, the Protege, and many other characters don't even scale to less than an infinitesimal amount of his power. So, yeah. There's no way that she definitely is in that title or category. Even if he wasn't, I think he's more impressive than Lucifer in a case that he actually can literally be infinitely greater than the already out-of-versal characters in Marvel. Wait, Grand Priest can reset the real... Bro, that's crazy. There's no way somebody could do something like that. Grand Priest reset the real world? But yeah, that's kind of... Oh, shoot! Oh, shoot! God dang! Oh! Yo! Oh, man! Oh, man! Sorry, I just got paid
Yo tengo que escuchar los gritos y eso me daña mi oído.
Yeah, you stinky boy. You stink. You smell like Kombat. You smell like me. What is wrong with you, Roz? God dang! Yo! I thought I was dreaming. Roz, you can't do that. You can't do that. God damn. Oh my goodness, man. Why? Why are we doing this? Why, Roz? Roz, thank you so much. God bless you, man. Oh my gosh. That's... Oh! Man! Thank you. Oh my gosh. Seriously. I don't even know what to do right now. Wait. Why would you do this? Damn. No. Nah, bro, you can't just do this. I don't even know what to say. Like, God damn. Like, why? Oh my gosh. Like, hey, well, well, no. Also, I scared my dog. He started running. Oh my goodness, thank you so much. That's amazing. I'm trying not to cry. I'm not crying, my eyes are just sweaty. Damn. Ah! Scare me! RJ, thank you. Oh, that. I phone at him. $4.99. Shenron Void Shiki. Xeno Goku Lucifer North Star. Res Beyonder. Food from Deep Dragon. Don't say that! Don't say yet! Stop! No, you can't do that! Food, Dragon Ball Heroes, Wangling, and Mr. Mixio Picklix. Oh! Alright, so let me see if I can figure out like a good answer for that. Because we got, let's see. 10 minutes? God dang, man, I gotta hurry. Sorry. I'm trying not to sound like an animal. Alright, let's find this out. So before I answer that, let's go ahead and deal with Orochi versus Master. Hey. Stop. Before I put you on camera. Put you on a stream on camera. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is like Orochi versus Goku was actually... Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. You almost... my heart dropped through my butthole. Wow. This guy Raw is always donating, bro. I know! Like, calm down! You can't do that. I never been threatened with donations before. Like, man. Like, excuse me. Thank you, Harvado, so much. Next time your dog barks, you bark back. That's how you. I told a friend of mine I was gonna come on your stream and give you a heart attack. Yeah, why would you do that, Ross? That's not funny. That's way too much. It's way too much. Way too much money. So basically, Orochi does. Here's why Orochi. So, and honestly, I'm gonna just keep it short and simple. Orochi would beat Goku because of 3 reasons. Number 1, he doesn't exist in time. Number 2, he can remove your powers like the Grand Priest. And number 3, in dimensionality, he's hyperversal. As much as I can put Goku at 11th dimensionality, damn! Thank you. See, I almost called you Retro. I almost called you Metro Man. Thank you, Retro. Martris versus Hajun. I want to look into that, definitely. But based on this, I will tell you guys that this answer is, I'm sorry to say, it's definitely going to be Orochi. Orochi is definitely going to take it over Goku because Orochi does have the ability to power seal, which is really, really important. What the hell is this? Orochi has the ability to power seal, which is really important. And he can not only power seal, but he has so many other versatile hacks, like possession. He's literally a void. And he's immortal. So, I mean, Hakai might not work on him at all. Because he doesn't exist but exist, if that makes sense. And so, given that he's a mere fragment of Otama Regal, and him in reverse transcend the membranes, the dimensional membranes of the multiverse, Orochi is either 12th or 13th dimensional in some cases. So in all honesty, I don't really think it would be a fair battle for Goku Master Ultra Instinct, even with his 11th dimensionality to fight Orochi, because Orochi could passively just remove Ki and take Goku in his dimension. Now, you can argue, Goku can escape the dimension! Well, I mean, that's if Goku can blast a hole through a 13th dimension, a 12th dimensional structure. I don't think that's going to happen. He just doesn't have the power. Now, the only reason why we can consider Orochi 11th at this level of tier. Oh my god, are you serious? Oh my god. A Roku? A Roku? Oh, I'm sorry. Gorochi. But, bruh, oh my goodness. But bottom line is, I honestly think, like, to be honest, I know there's people out there like, but Goku can, like, he's outer. No, he's not. He is not outer versal. No, he's not. Goku is not outer versal. Period. Alright? So now everyone knows that. Let's move on. Thank you again, Ross. You're the best. You're also insane. I'm pretty sure you robbed banks. There's no way you could have, like... I'm going to pretend that didn't happen. It's a dream. This is crazy. Because it's just too much for me to handle right now. People looking at me in the house like I'm a crazy baboon. Could Saint Seiya characters defeat the Getter Imperial Mech? Oh, wait, hold on. I will answer that in just a monkey. Shenra and Void Shiki, Xeno, Goku, and Lucifer Morningstar versus Beyonder, Fu, Dragon Ball Heroes, and Wang Ling and Mr. Mixio Pickle. To answer your question simply and short, which, by the way, Retro, I didn't forget your other request, and I didn't forget yours, Prince Boyd. I will still do those calcs at some point. The main thing is that in my honest opinion, Beyonder is like extremely powerful. But then again, Lucifer is above the Endless, who are unfortunately platonic concepts. So I know Beyonder is also beyond those. So depending on how the battle goes, if Lucifer can somehow amplify Goku's cards to work, they might be able to try to affect the Beyonder. Let's see. Now, Void Shiki. It's kind of interesting. Because if Lucifer can take Void Shiki's power and help her amplify it, because I don't watch much Fate, but I do know they can be very strong. If he could take her main hacks and amplify that, then that's going to be kind of scary because she's basic. Because remember, Lucifer has the will. Like, when I say Beyonder is omnipotent, Lucifer is also nigh omnipotent as well. Because he literally has the power of the presence. He just can't form it. But that doesn't mean he can't take on the will to give them or grant them higher levels of power. Beyonder could too. But Lucifer is faster on his feet than Beyonder and overall smarter. So in my honest opinion, I think the battle sits in favor of Lucifer winning this. Just because the nature of him. So I think Team Lucifer wins in this case. Especially because you have characters with amazing hacks on the other side of the team. Let me see here. Now Martris. Who the heck is Martris? Let's look it up. Let's look it up. Martris versus Hajun. Now who is Martris? I don't know who Martris is. Somebody inform me. Cosmic Armor Superman. Hajun is getting absolutely glong-glong-doed. The heck is this? No, that's Lucifer versus... That's a stupid battle. Anyway, who is that, by the way, Retro? So Lucifer can amp Zeno Goku hack so he can still be under speed. Basically, wouldn't you have infinite knowledge with omnipotence? Beyonder does, but it's that he doesn't use it as sufficiently as Lucifer does. Even though he'll know everything that's going to happen before it happens, Lucifer will too. So it's the ultimate stalemate counter. But I feel because you have Goku and Void Shiki on the other team, it makes it even more difficult. Wait, isn't this the character who can affect your computer with an entire virus? This thing will absolutely slap. That's exactly what's going to happen to Hajun. Hajun is going to be like, and then Martris is going to come out like, why are you running? Why are you running? That's the first thing that's going to happen. Could Saint Seiya characters defeat the Getter Emperor, Mech, which is said to grow even stronger and destroy the universe? The Mech is not quite as big as Super Tengon Topbanker and Login, but still massive. Yes, absolutely. Saint Seiya characters could easily do that. The top tiers, easily, in my honest opinion. Atari, who has better hacks? Anos or Anos? Anos. Don't even ask. Nope, Anos. No bias, just straight up Anos. I already knew the answer. Bro turned it to Arabs don't talk like that. The freak. They more so like say things like marhaba or kifalik, hamdillah, salam alaikum, masa khair, or if you respond back in masa nur, هل تتكلم اللغة العربية؟ بتحكي عربي. Someone call me back later. It's like اتصل بي من فضلك, which is like call me back please. Afwan. No. Afwan is you're welcome. Shukran kazilan. Things like that. I don't know much Arab though. Or do I? Maybe I do. No, for real. Yes, Allahu Akbar, which is just saying God is great. Could you imagine like saying like Speed song, God is good, God is great, God is, but you're saying it in Arabic? Like imagine saying that. Like that'd be kind of funny. Ariel Ramirez, thank you. I don't know if my pronunciation is bad or not because I don't. Wait a minute. How do you know my pronunciation's good or bad? Classic Doctor Strange versus Demigod. Demigod. I'm giving it to Demigod. Demigod can destroy the real world. I mean, classic Doctor Strange is strong, but like, actually no. Classic Doctor Strange, nah, Demigod. Because the thing is, Demigod can destroy something that doesn't exist. Yeah, zero-dimensional manipulation. Like, come on now. Xeno Goku versus Void Shiki. I'm a bit curious about this one. I need to learn a little bit more about Void Shiki. So I'm going to have to do some binge work on Void Shiki to kind of get an idea of what she can do. Because otherwise, I probably would say Xeno Goku would take it because he would just seal her stats. But I don't know if she can resist that. Because like characters like Ajimu can avoid her stats from being... This girl can stop you from stealing her stats because she could do the same thing. So, and she can manipulate infinity. So like, oh, I'm going to reduce your speed in half. I was like, well, I have infinite speed. Well, I'm going to reduce it in half by another dimensional tier. That's okay. I can manipulate dimensional tiers. So it's like, how do I, what? So you know what I mean? So it depends. I got to really look into her a little bit more, but that would be interesting. But then again, you guys don't want me to read Fate, because if I read Fate, I'll probably get them to solo all of Marvel. Anyway, I didn't say that. Wait, Harry, you study Arabic? No, let me stop. I don't even speak Arabic, bro. I don't speak Arabic, I'm telling you, bro. Don't even start coming at me saying, oh, Tari, क्या आप इंग्लिशी बोलते हैं? Yes, I do speak English. क्या आप हिंदी बोलते हैं? Yes, I do. No, I don't, actually. You know, I'm just saying no. क्या आप Urdu बोलते हैं? And I'll say the same thing, no. So don't ask me, and don't come up to me and saying, like, you know, oh, namaste, aap kaise hai? Aapse milkar khushi hoy. I don't want you to say any of that to me, because you're going to be like, oh, where'd you learn this from, Atari? And I'll be like, no, I didn't learn it from anyone. I don't know the language. Because I have to do that. Because then when I end up saying something to someone, they'll be like, oh, who taught you that? The same thing happened. I met this one guy, and I was like, oh, Sang Shou Hao, Ni Hao Ma. And he was like, oh, you don't know a little bit. You speak, where you learn from? I just kind of like learn from watching stuff sometimes and old Kung Fu films. But then again, Kung Fu films mostly speak Guangdonghua. So you're mostly going to hear things like Lei Ho Ma. But I do not have any Cantonese knowledge whatsoever. The only thing I'd probably say is like, that's probably about it. Which I don't even know how to say in Mandarin. Like I can say, 我好久就问一件, 一件, which is a little, or 是的, which is yes, I think. Bushi, which is no. I don't even remember. Bro, I don't speak these languages, bro. Anyway. And the Matrix are in the real world. Oh, yeah. You know what? Neptune versus Feather and who wins? That's a really good one. But, like, which one? The mythological Neptune? Or SpongeBob? I seriously doubt FGO, Team Up Powers, are no limits. I don't know about that. I don't know. The Epic of Gilgamesh? Because is Fate based on the actual myths? Because if it is, then they're very strong. On top of common sense, anything logical literally doesn't apply to Anos, such as dying. Yeah, Anos doesn't care. Neo wins? Bro, Neo is going to clap your bomb. Neo is going to take you. He's going to be like, under the sea. Under the sea. That's the first thing Neo's going to do to you. But anyway, yeah, guys. Well, I think that will be it for today. I had a lot of fun with everyone. I do have an important emergency to take care of because I do have to make sure I get going on time. But I do want to say that next stream we're all going to probably do another versus battle hot takes. What I also want to do is I want to do like a spin wheel, like do like a versus battle. We're gonna probably avoid Shiki. You know what, girl? I'm gonna take you in on I'm gonna take you in, girl. You're gonna come under my cloth. How about that? So we're gonna take Void Shiki in. By the way, guys, who do you think wins a fight? Void Shiki? Void. All right. So guys, who wins? Void Shiki. Ready? Guys, who wins? Void Shiki, or, and I want you to be serious, no trolling. Who will win? Void Shiki, or what the heck was that girl's name? Void Shiki, or with this girl right here. Who wins? Who wins? Avoid Shiki or Tatsumaki? Who will win a fight? And if it's too much, then Saitama and Genos can join. Who wins? You walk into your living room and see Marin Kitagawa and Gohan. What do? Or who the hell is Marin Kitagawa? Alright, you know what? I'm afraid to look this up normally, so we gotta take it out. Just make sure it's normal. Oh, okay. You're talking about this character. Alright, this is fine. I don't know who this girl is, but first off, I'm gonna keep Gohan around, and I'm gonna tell her, get the hell up out my house, girl. I don't know what the hell you doing in here, Nick. Tell her, get the hell up out my house. I'll be like, yo, Gohan, you can stay, fam. Let's break some bread. Saitama slams. Tatsumaki, in all honesty, wins. I've yet to see how powerful Shiki is. Void Shiki is more powerful. Is it more powerful? Suzuki stronger than Ishiki? Bro. She eats solar system. Not sure how powerful Shiki is. I don't even know how strong she is. All I know is she looks like she would. I know Dark Knight. I wouldn't put her there, but I definitely would say that. I would definitely say that she's going to. Madoka? I would say Goku probably, but it depends. Oh, Melee Sheik? Oh, no, Melee Sheik solos, bro. Alright, family, it is now 9 o'clock. And Atari has a couple of things he needs to run. So I want to thank everyone who's participated into the stream today. You guys have all been great and fantastic. Once again, I want to thank Roz for the $100 donation. That is literally that is the most insane thing. Sorry, I still have a little bit of spasms after that. That is the most insane thing I've seen from Roz. Thank you again. Retro, thank you. Harfado, thank you. RJ, thank you. And The Dark Knight, I don't remember if you did, but I think you did. And thank you all. So everyone else as well, thank you guys for stay tuning in this stream. But I also want to say, let's do this again tomorrow? Friday? What should I call you? I do not know what day we will do this again. I want to just get more consistent on streaming. So we'll try. We'll try. We'll try to see if we can get tomorrow. But we'll see. With that said, this is Atari HMB, and I'm signing off because I gotta hurry up and go. But I love you guys. Thank you so much, and have a blessed night. Peace. Ajimu solos. Retro, I just want to say thank you so much for the $2 donation. I love you, but I have